Let's do my everyday winter makeup tutorial. If you want to see how I got this look, keep on watching. Now, some of these products I rotate out and use different shades or whatever, but for the most part, it's the same exact products whenever I do this look. I do want to start by noting I do have this little container that sits on my vanity, and these are products I am working on using up. I'm hoping to finish them by the end of January, so let's get into these products first. So in this little container, I do have the brow glue from NYX. This is almost gone. That is why I'm trying to use it up because there's very little of it left. I do already have this on backup because this is one of my absolute favorites, but this tube in particular is almost gone. No sense in keeping an almost gone tube. Might as well just use it up. Same thing with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with niacinamide. Like, it's low. And I do already have this on backup, and I have several other grippy primers as well. No sense keeping something like this around. Might as well use it up. Now, the NYX Bare With Me Serum Concealer. I've had this for a while. Probably a little longer than I should have kept it, but I really do enjoy this. And as you can see, I have used quite a bit of it, and I want to use it up. A newer product in here is the Milk Kush Mascara. This is the green one. It is a mini, and mascaras are only good for 3 months, so I really want to use this up. And it's a mini, so it shouldn't be too hard to finish. We also have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Setting Powder. This is like my third one of these, and I have so many setting powders. I don't think you can really tell from this, but it is probably a little less than halfway gone. I want to use this one up because I do have quite a bit of powders in my collection, and this is a really good one, so it makes it easy to use it every single day. Lastly, in that container, I have the Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse Matte Setting Spray. This is a full size, I want to say. It might be a mini, I'm not sure. I did receive this as a free product, but I have so many setting sprays right now. I need to start working through them, so we're starting with this one. So on a daily basis for my brows, I go in with the Rare Beauty Brow Pencil, and then I will go in with the NYX Brow Glue. So that is what we are doing today. Now, I really do like using this brow gel on a daily basis because it really holds down the brow hairs. Now, of course, let's go in with our grippy primer here, which is kind of weird because I am also using a grippy skin tint, but trust the process. Now we're going in with the Milk Hydro Grip Skin Tint. I have the shade 4. Now, normally when I use this product, I don't use a primer, but since going back to work, I need my makeup to last a long time in any weather condition since I drive for work. So I've been using the grippy primer and the grippy skin tint together, and my makeup stays on so good, it's not even funny. And if your skin does not look wet, like you just dunked your face in a bowl of water, you're not doing it right. Like, it needs to be grippy for sure. Now we're going in with that concealer we were using up. I'm not doing like Project Pan or anything, and I don't plan to next year, but if I notice products are getting low, I am going to make it a point to use them up. And actually, I have a whole new like makeup system. I just went through and decluttered so much of my makeup. I even put like things I'm not using but I want to keep in my archives. So I really do want to do a makeup collection soon and show you guys what I got rid of and like how I'm storing it, because if you've seen any of my previous makeup collections over on TikTok or anything, you know I have a lot of makeup. Well, I did. I mean, I still do for the average person, but since I do make beauty content, I feel like it's not that extravagant. Like, there's definitely people out there with a lot more makeup than me. But for the average person that just, like, does their makeup for work or whatever, you don't need as much makeup as I have. That is for sure. But I am a makeup enthusiast and I do make content, so I do have more on hand. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't just collect it for funsies. I mean, some of it I do, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, my archives is all stuff that I can't part with. Like, I have the MAC Stranger things in there. I have old Jaclyn Cosmetics in there. I have all kinds of stuff that's been discontinued or it's just too old to use. Like, I have a bunch of Glam Light in there now. Yeah, so before I had just a whole separate section for Glam Light, everything is combined now. All my eyeshadow palettes that I am using fits in one drawer, whereas before it was 3. Yeah, we did some decluttering. Now, recently I've been using a lot of cream blush and contour or bronzer, and I want to switch it up and use more powder. So that is the steps that I normally change out for this, is the bronzer and the blush, and then I match my lip with the blush. So that is what we're doing today for that, but the base and the eyes are always the same when it comes to this look. Let's go ahead and use the Wet n Wild setting powder here and just set the entire face. You can still see that shine on the forehead. I have not set it yet. That's how it's supposed to look, and then once you set it, it is going to be super duper matte, which I have oily skin, so I kind of need it to be for work, especially if I want it to last all day. So this is the look we're going for. I do have another like little container sitting on top of my bigger organizers for my makeup. I will have to insert some type of footage here to explain that better, but that is where I keep my everyday makeup, and I just switched everything out. So I pulled blush and bronzer from there, and this is what we have. We have the One Size bronzer trio. I have not used this in a fat minute, so it needs some love. And then I just pulled out the new blush I got from House Labs in French Rosette, because I've only used this once so far. I want to keep using it because it is really nice. So for this bronzer trio, I am going to go in with the middle shade here. That is the shade I prefer to use when I use this trio. And I have the shade medium, and this just works for my skin. And it's nice because if you do like tan in the summer or anything, you have different shades to go through. So really, you could just get away with this one bronzer palette because it is a really nice formula. And then when you lose your tan in the winter, you can choose a different shade out of here. It's just very convenient, especially if you aren't somebody that wants to have a whole lot of makeup on hand. This is the way to go. And then this blush is just a nice like everyday kind of a color. I feel like it's not too pink or too overwhelming. It's got a little bit of rosiness to it, but it's also kind of neutral. It's just a really nice color, again, for everyday use. And sometimes you need that. Now, this is a product I've been showing more love, even though it is discontinued and the whole brand went under. It is the Jaclyn Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Ice. As you can see, I've hit pan on this. I absolutely love this highlighter, but it is, you know, no longer available. I do have one on backup. I'm not even gonna lie, because I love it that much. It is very similar to the Benefit Cookie highlighter, and you guys already know I absolutely love that highlighter. So once I am officially out of this, it's not like it's gone forever because it is so similar. I will admit the Cookie might even beat this one because it's smoother. I feel like it's more blinding, but I do love this one. And it has sentimental value because this is the shade that I used on my wedding day. But we are getting our use out of it. That is something I really want to focus on from here on out. It's not buying so much new stuff and focusing on what I have in my collection and using those products compared to constantly buying new ones. Now, there is something I want to get this year. I don't know if I will or not, but I really want to get a Beautylish Lucky Bag. I don't know when this video is going up, but the day I am filming it, it is December 20th, and I want to say the Lucky Bags go live on the 26th. So I'm hoping to score one because I've never done one. And basically it's like a big mystery bag of beauty items, and it can be from any brand on the Beautylish website. So I kind of want to do it. And I've watched so many videos of people unboxing them over the years. They have crazy retail value. Like the box or bag or whatever will be, let's say $150. It'll retail over $400. So it's crazy what you actually get in those boxes and the price you pay. That's if you get a really lucky bag, hence the name Lucky Bag. Now, if you just get, an average kind of bag, it could be $250, $300 in value. You're always going to get more in value than what you pay for it. But I've been wanting to do it for years. I've never done it. And I think this is going to be the year I do it. We'll have to wait and see if I get lucky and am able to snag one because they go so quick. Now let's jump in with the Milk Setting Spray. This is one you have to really shake up because if not, there is like little particles in here and they will clump together and your setting spray just won't work as well. Drench the face. If your face is not wet, you did not spray enough. And also, yes, as I was ranting and everything, I did literally take my highlighter brush and go in the inner corners before I do any eyeshadow or anything, just so it's already there. That is literally what I do in the morning for work, just to try to save some time. I don't give myself a whole lot of time to do makeup in the morning before work because that's not like my main priority. I definitely don't want to look half asleep while I'm there, but But with that being said, I do want to start a low buy next year and not really buy anything. Honestly, I've been doing really good with not buying new makeup. Even though there has been collections I wanted to get, I resisted and didn't get anything new because I have so much makeup. We're going in with the ABH Embers palette. Now, this is something newer I bought, but I have been using this a crap ton, if you can't tell. So sometimes when I do this look, I will start with this one in the crease. But since I'm wearing a warmer toned blush, we're going in with this shade. I only use the lighter brown if it's a cool toned blush, just so we can match a little bit better. But moving back into what I was saying, I've done really well not buying a lot of new makeup. Before, I was buying a lot of makeup, and I do mean a lot. The past couple months, I've definitely done a lot better. Like, yeah, I still have new makeup that I buy and I get sent or whatever. But for the most part, I just get my Ipsies. I buy the Ipsy boxes, and that is what I consider to be my new makeup for the month. Because they're not terribly expensive, and you get a lot of products, and they're usually good. This month's was not. But that's kind of what I want to do going into the new year, is really just use the Ipsy as my new makeup for the month and not buy any other makeup unless I'm running out of something that I have to have. Like if I'm running out of one of my favorite foundations or brow products, or I need a new mascara, okay, I'll grab those, but that's it. I don't want to keep buying all this makeup because it's just gonna go to waste. I can't possibly use all of it, so I need to quit buying so much makeup. All that to say, I still really want to do the Beautylish Lucky Bag because I've been thinking about doing this since, I want to say like 2018. And I always forget. Like before, when I was, making more money and stuff, I definitely could have bought the Lucky Bag. And I always forgot what day to do it. And now I have my reminder set and everything. I'm like, I need to do this. We're going in with this shade. And that is going all over the lid. This is literally the quickest smoky eye ever. And yes, I've been doing a smoky eye for work. Don't judge me. Literally just these two shades together. And that's it. And again, the only thing I switch with this is I use a cool toned brown for cool toned blush and lip, warm tone brown for warm tone blush and lip. But it's literally that simple. Then we're going in with some black eyeliner and then that mascara I showed you earlier. But again, all that to really say, I really want to focus on what I have in my collection and not buy so much new stuff. Plus, I'll be buying the Lucky Bag at the end of December, so it wouldn't even be the new year yet. So it really wouldn't affect my low buy I'm setting for myself next year, right? Just throw that out there. Plus, I really feel like with doing Ipsy, I get a nice variety of products. And then if I do feel like buying makeup, since I do have Ipsy, I have access to Ipsy Shop. I don't think you need Ipsy to have access to Ipsy Shop, but I could be wrong. But you can find some really great makeup products on there for cheap. Like, I found Makeup by Mario lippies on there, and they're like $5 or $6. Like, they're cheaper than the drugstore right now. Also, when I was putting on eyeliner, like the pencil liner, I bumped my eye, and now it's all red and irritated. So we're going to ignore that. But that's what's happening with this eye over here, and why one eye is red and not the other one. Yeah, I wasn't too careful. I am just going to add a tad bit more of this blush. I feel like it kind of got lost a little bit. So I'm just going to touch that up a little bit, and then we'll get into the lip combo, which since I am doing a warm tone blush, we're doing a warm tone lip, which sounds kind of contradictory because I'm using Cool Spice from MAC as my lip liner. I don't know how this lip combo is going to look because I haven't done this yet, but we're starting here. Now for the lipstick, I love the Revlon Color Stay Suede Inks. I have not used these in such a long time though. This is the shade number 2, No Rules, which is a nice, almost like terracotta kind of a shade. Yeah, that looks really nice with the blush. It's warm. It's not too warm. And I think the Cool Tone lip liner just adds a little more dimension to a look like this. Plus, I love playing with warm and cool tones in a makeup look. It just adds a little more edge. Now, I will say if you use these every single day, you will dry out your lips because these are almost like a liquid lipstick in a bullet form. They are full coverage, they are super matte, but they are a little bit drying, so keep that in mind. Do not use them every single day. We're going to ignore the bang situation. I just washed my hair last night. Now, sometimes that makes the bangs look really good the next day. Other times, like today, it makes them not want to behave at all. So that's what's happening right now, is they don't want to do anything. I'm not trying to use heat on them today because I have been burning the crap out of them on a daily basis. They're just not laying the way I want them to at all right now. So this is the final everyday kind of winter makeup look I've been doing. and some of the products I've been using. I am absolutely obsessed with this look. I think obsessed is an understatement. Like I told you guys when I got the bangs, the darker makeup just, it fits the vibe right now with the bangs. So this is the go-to. So if you guys like any kind of makeup content, I do a bunch over here. Make sure to like and subscribe before you leave. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.